about the video game, then go through a process of just, analyzing it to see if it's good or if I like it or not. I did want to take this time to talk about what first led me, how I first heard about Fallout 3. I had done a response to someone on a website dedicated to old games. And I had commented and said this, saying that Fallout 3 gets higher ratings due to a popularity contest is a mischaracterization. People who design these games also do polls with their people and on the net. Concerning Fallout 3, what makes it unique is that it successfully blends 3D graphics with an amazing storyline, something that does not happen very often with a lot of 3D-based games, possibly due to the fact that everything is done on the computer and therefore the video game project can finish more quickly and therefore the deadlines would be, quicker to meet. It is also stated that almost every RPG role-playing game player worth their salt will agree that Fallout 1 and 2 is far superior to other turn-based role-playing games. I challenge this assumption as Fallout 1 through 2 is not the only superior turn-based role-playing game out there. If I'm not mistaken, Final Fantasy is a turn-based role-playing game as well and has a totally awesome plot, graphics, the works. And, if I'm not mistaken, it's still pretty popular even today. However, putting Final Fantasy aside, there are other really good turn-based role-playing games that are out there. And to say that Fallout 1 and 2 are the only good ones worth playing is most certainly a stretch. Now, having done that conversation, I was kind of curious. I wanted to know more about I had wanted to learn more about the Fallout 3 series when I had come across this person's original post. So I looked at several YouTube videos and read, the basic synopsis and plot and watched the gameplay, like I said, on YouTube. And for me, this was my conclusion that I came to. That as far as Fallout 3 was concerned, it does, like I said, it combines three-dimensional graphics with an amazing story. Having said that, now this is going to sound really funny, okay? I played it for 6 months and wasn't really getting anywhere. Seriously. I did the Brotherhood of Steel and did different missions. I felt like I was going nowhere fast because I kept getting these missions, but I wasn't sure what the next step was. So what happened was just here recently, I decided to reanalyze Fallout 3, look at it again, and just kind of give you all, maybe those of you out there who need help with Fallout 3 and want help with Fallout 3 but not sure what to do, you feel like you're getting nowhere with the game. I wanted to share some helpful tips and advice, and so I did, quite by chance, I happened to find the strategy guide, and I want to share certain aspects of it with you, as well as my own personal experience. Now, to me, when you play Fallout 3, there are 3 very important things to remember. Explore, explore, explore. That's the first thing, okay? Second of all, for me, one of the fascinating aspects of Fallout 3 is this karma, this aspect of karma, where you react a certain way and respond a certain way in certain situations, and it gives you, based off of your response, good karma or bad karma. Also, what's unique about this is that it affects what who you have as your acquaintance later in the game. You can get friends and acquaintances to come with you on your missions and share your burden, so to speak, share the weapons and things like that. So the first one was explore, explore, explore. When you're a little baby, that was one of the things that you did, was explore around and try to, find out how things worked, and inquisitiveness and things like this. And so I want to encourage you to remember, number one, explore, explore, explore. And so, secondly, pay attention to dialogue, because how you respond in the dialogue will affect your character, and from what I understand from the strategy guide, it also affects the ending. So, that's important to remember. So remember that. And thirdly, think before you leap. Being impulsive usually doesn't get you anywhere. I still remember, something exciting. I don't know. I was talking to somebody in Fallout 3, okay, and I thought I'd be able to do something, so I said something a certain way, because you have different conversation answers that you can choose to answer. You can choose to answer the person you're talking to a certain way. And I thought I was so sure I was going to get what I was shooting for, but I failed. And the thing is you want to think before you leap. Don't just buy something just because the merchant that you're running into has the item you're looking for. Explore, explore. It goes back to the other principle. Explore, 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 because you're liable to find the same object in a rundown shack. So those are the three things that I want to encourage you to remember as you start to play the game. Fallout 3. This version I have is the Game of the Year edition. So it includes Operation Anchorage, The Pit, Broken Steel, Point Lookout, Mothership Zeta. So these are the names of the different missions. And it is, the system requirements for it are Windows Vista XP. Of course, it also works on Windows 7. I've had some problems with it crashing, maybe not frequently, but once in a while it does crash, at least on my computer. My computer is a AMD Phenom 2 N620 dual-core processor, 2.8 gigahertz, with the installed memory of 4 gigabytes and 64-bit system. HP Pavilion DV6 notebook PC, made by Hewlett-Packard. Now, let me see. The processor, 2.4 gigs. Memory, 1 gigabyte of RAM and 6 gigabyte free hard drive space. Video card, NVIDIA GeoForce or ATI X850 minimum. Multiplayer and other live features included at no charge. And, of course, it says here there may be additional downloads that may require additional fees. And, of course, it says this live edition of this one is special because it's a live edition, and you can run it, I guess, on Windows Live. Of course, as usual, you must accept the end-user license agreement. It's rated mature, so it's for 17 people who are 17 years and older. For blood and gore, intense violence, sexual themes, strong language, and use of drugs, such as the Jet and Psycho, and there's a list of different drugs. And you can find a list of them either online or through the strategy guide. Now, another thing, of course, not many people pay attention to this. Photosensitive seizures. Make sure you get a good night's rest. Get your rest when you play these games, because people who are tired and play these games for long periods of time are very susceptible to having photosensitive seizures. I had one once, and let me tell you, it's not a pleasant experience. You feel like your eyeballs are out of socket and you can't focus, and it took me 3 days to recover from it. Okay, so it's some serious stuff here. Of course, most people overlook it because they don't think anything of it, but I had it, and I can tell you it's not a pleasant experience. I had it when I was playing Gun. Some of you remember that video game. I thought it was okay, but bit on the violent side. But anyway, this, my friends, is the manual, survival guide, and it comes, as far as I know, it comes with every single version of Fallout 3 that you buy, and I strongly suggest that for those of you who have gotten the game, you need to read this first and study it. Okay? Now, it won't give you too many details. It'll give you basic information like the perks and the skills and the special abilities. A few helpful tips to help you along the way. Of course, there's no real hints like where you're supposed to go, what you're supposed to do, but they give you basic overall overview of what to expect in the game and how to understand different abilities and skills and so on and so forth. Now, that I think is about it for this video.